Okay, well, we got a minute, don't we? Or not?
No, you're on now. I counted you down. Oh, go ahead.
You going to count me down?
You're on.
Well, hello and welcome to New Earth Lifestyles. So, the singing bowl, the mindfulness bell gives us an opportunity to breathe. Time to relax. If you're just tuning in, this is a show to help you find new ways of looking at life, helping you to relax and learn how to love yourself, enjoy life, and heal if things are going on with you. So thank you for joining us today, New Earth Lifestyles. Before we get going and before I introduce my amazing guest that I have today, I just want to mention that I did get a call from one of you out there last week about we spoke briefly last week about arthritis, very briefly when Ted Verplank was here last week. And I got a call from one of my viewers that there is a arthritis lotion that you can get right here in Manchester at LeBlanc's Hardware. It's called Two Old Goats Lotion. And I haven't tried it, but it sounds fascinating. And it's always good to smile when we when we are helping ourselves heal. So it's a very funny name, but I thought I'd just mention and say thank you to that caller that called me after you watched the show Saturday morning to give us that heads up that there's a nice place in Manchester to get some relief from your arthritis at LeBlanc's Hardware, and that's over on Haywood Street in Manchester. Let's have a little sounding of the bowl for that. Reminding us to breathe and come back into mindfulness, back into center. Here we are in center. Another thing that I just wanted to mention before we got going is also that if you do see my show during the week at the other times, not today on this live call-in show, but you could, or if you wanted to refer one of my shows to someone that is not able to watch here in Manchester, I do have a YouTube channel. It's called New Earth Lifestyles. You can Google it on YouTube. If you wanted to watch any of my past shows between January of last year, 2014, up to today, up to the last week. So all of my past shows are on YouTube, and today's show will be on YouTube probably by Saturday. So without further ado, let me welcome here on the show today Yvonne Dunetz, who is President and CEO of YCD Holistic Healing in Nashua, New Hampshire. Welcome, Yvonne.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Glad to see you today.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
And so you have a healing center in Nashua across from the hospital.
Yeah, right across from Southern New Hampshire Medical Center, located at 1 Prospect Street.
1 Prospect Street.
And the beauty of our facilities, we're located in a lovely old home that was built in I think it was 21 or 19, around 1920.
Okay.
And it has a very good feeling. I love it there. So we're on the whole first floor. So one part of the house on the first floor is dedicated to the therapeutic modalities that I have there.
I see, therapeutic modalities.
Correct.
Nice.
So
we'll talk about those.
Yes, and then the other side, which opened up in May of 2014,
okay,
is the education, training, and retreat facilities.
Nice.
And so there it was an opportunity for me to be able to provide in a home setting small but perfect group opportunities where people could learn and feel the freedom of kind of pushing up their sleeves and asking the questions that they wanted to ask, not in a non-intimidating way, and learning the tools and the information to empower them in their own health and well-being.
I see.
So we have a variety of classes and things that go on there to help people.
Wonderful.
So it really is. I'm very proud of it. It's exciting, and we have some very excellent people that have presented a number of wonderful programs that have helped people in their lives.
Great. And so it's such a valuable, the new modalities, giving them the value of a place so close to the health center and giving people an opportunity to learn about these alternative health practices that you offer there, as well as you offer classes there.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. That is important. I believe that more and more people, the American consumer, because of the changes and what's happening in healthcare, really are educating themselves to be empowered to learn about the choices that they have to take excellent care of themselves. And I think
Great.
that's critically important. And I want to be known as a place where people can come and feel the freedom to be able to learn that which they'd like to learn, as well as experience, so that they know how to apply it and truly make a difference in their life, so that they can lead healthy, good lives for as long as they're here.
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little mindfulness spell to empowering you, the public. That's what you're doing, to live healthy lives as long as you're here and have opportunities to learn about those and then experience them. That's so marvelous.
It really is. I'll give
fun.
you an example of what's been going on within the education, training, and retreat facilities. We have a wonderful chef, Chef David Chan.
Ah.
And he teaches people. We just finished a Lunch and Learn series for stress management.
That's right. I saw that on your website.
And so people came in, and it was lovely. He made specific lunches for us with specific food to help people learn the good food to eat when you're stressed and food not to eat. And he would explain it all. And then Danielle Boudet, who's owner of the Cozy Tea Cart,
Okay.
she's wonderful, and she's one of our instructors there, and we have a wonderful upcoming program right before Valentine's Day that she's doing with tea and learning the health benefits of tea with a lovely. Please go to our website, ycdholistichealing.com, and learn about all the things. But
yeah, that sounds so great.
Yeah, and she pairs the tea with the meals that he did, and he explains it. And then we teach people each time something different on stress management techniques. But the other wonderful thing that he does is he teaches cooking classes.
Wow.
And it's so well received. He's so easy to speak with and connect with, and he loves good food, and he loves to teach people that good food is medicine.
Good food is medicine.
It is.
It certainly is.
And it's a great way to help people learn to cook, learn to choose the right things, even what to put in their pantries and all the different things. And so each class that he has is different. And people seem to love him. They sign up for the classes. They really enjoy him. He loves to teach, and he loves to empower people you can take care of yourself through, cooking
through
well.
Food. Who would have thought food would be so valuable? It is. It's medicine
It
if you know
truly
how to do
is.
it. So this is nice to know. You're right down the street in Nashua.
Absolutely, and we're accessible, and you just go on our website and you'll see all the beautiful things that are going on. And
Sure.
And we've been growing and changing as you do, because we want to know and meet the needs of the community, and the larger community. And therefore, I always welcome people to reach out to me and let me know if there's a particular interest you have, things that you really want to learn that you haven't had the opportunity to, or ideas that you have, things that you'd like to see. I want you to reach out and let me know, because in order to serve people in the best capacity, we always need to be open to hearing what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you wish to learn.
Well, that's great that you're coming from, you're looking for that input from the community.
Absolutely.
To offer what they want to learn.
Exactly.
In this new way of looking at life.
Yes.
And healthy alternatives.
Absolutely.
And ways to to have their own medicine, say be food or just all of the above that you just spoke about. That's beautiful.
A lot of people don't quite totally understand the different facets of what they can do to empower themselves to lead a healthy life.
Right.
And I think that those of us that are in the field of healthcare really do have a responsibility to be well informed and to inform people about the choices that they have and give them excellent information.
Excellent information.
Not
That's what we want.
No, not
Yoo-hoo!
so or poor. We want excellent information out
Yes.
there, and we want to be able to have them ask their questions, get the understanding that they need so that they can easily incorporate it into their lives.
Right.
And not be afraid because they've gotten excellent information, and not be worried that you know, a lot of people think that when we look at a holistic approach, they don't understand that, I mean, there are many people out there that do a variety of supposedly holistic things, but some people might view it as more woo-woo.
Sure.
You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, what is it, you know? And that's not where I'm coming from.
Right.
You know, my background is, I have my master's in social work, and I have been in health administration for years, and I really take it very seriously that we really need to have good information, and we have to understand really some of the science behind it, and have well-established standards and criteria, and have people who are in this field of integrative medicine and the holistic care aspects of it really be people who have taken the responsibility to educate themselves, to keep current,
Yes.
to know what they're doing, and are, you know, leaders in the field. That it's just not a part-time thing or something they're exploring as an individual basis, and there's nothing wrong with exploration and trying to grow. So please understand that. But when we're in a place where we're trying to dynamically teach people and empower them, we want to make sure that the people we put in front of them are credible and reputable,
Right.
and really are excellent resources.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
that's why I am so excited about the April 9th program that we're having.
Oh, that's right. So tell us about that April 9th program.
Okay. Well, I think all of us need to, I think we know it, that the American healthcare is in the midst of a major upheaval.
Major upheaval.
It
That's
truly
right.
is.
It
There's no question about it. And that healthcare providers, hospitals, insurers, and healthcare consumers are literally demanding improved outcomes at a lower cost.
Right.
And preventative care, disease management, and excellent care in delivery are critical components to achieve this.
Wow. Can you say that again? That's very important.
Yeah. Preventative care, disease management, and excellence in care delivery are critical components to achieve this. And on April 9th in this year, 2015, at the conference, How We Heal, a Holistic Approach to Health and Wellness, we will explore the evidence behind improved patient satisfaction and results through complementary and integrative care.
Cool. That's great.
This was very important to me because as a leader in this field, I wanted to be able to bring some of the best experts forward to really be able to talk about what is integrative medicine,
Right.
what is the scientific evidence behind the different modalities that are out there that can truly make a difference in our health and well-being.
Right.
So when you look at the lineup, we reference the conference, discover how 5 leading healthcare experts are driving improved patient satisfaction. To me, being in the healthcare field, the most important responsibility I believe we all have is for excellence in patient care.
Absolutely.
That's why we're in it. That's why I'm in it. I want to continue to learn and be the best provider I can be in what I do. I want to be well-versed, and I want to be able in any way I can to bring to the public, all facets of the public community, a forum where now we can really address these issues.
Which issues are those?
The issue of preventative care, disease management, and excellence in care delivery as critical components to achieve an excellent healthcare system.
Great.
And to empower individuals with the information as truly how we heal a holistic approach to health and wellness. So at this conference, I
Right.
was very fortunate to bring a wonderful faculty. So some of you, I think, would know Sherry Kahlbaum. Sherry Kahlbaum has written over 26 books related to nutrition
Wow.
and the importance of food. As good food is good medicine to us. And she's going to be talking about you are what you eat. Factors that contribute to inflammation and disease, the lifestyle to heal, and the diet for vibrant health.
Wow.
This is huge, and
It
it's so
is.
important. And the amazing thing, through the research that she's done and the experiences that she's had and the years of work that she's done with people, from people with cancer to inflammation to all these things, I believe that the public from all facets will find it really very informative, because what we believe that is healthy may not actually be.
May not actually be.
And the choices that we've made and what we've thought in the combinations of the food that we eat all have a result of if we get diseases or not, or how healthy we really are. And I believe, and I wish, my wish is that we all lead a healthy and full life.
Yes, my wish
Because
as well.
our bodies truly are our vehicles to do what we're here to do.
Correct.
And I feel a tremendous responsibility to help people be informed so that they can be the best that they can be, lead their
Absolutely.
lives to the fullest,
Yes,
age well, and be able to make a difference while they're here.
absolutely.
So one of the
Wonderful.
other speakers that I'm delighted to have is Dr. Donald Levy. Dr. Levy is assistant clinical professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School.
Wow.
And he is the medical director of the Osher Center for Integrative Medicine at Brigham and Women's Hospital.
Wow.
We are so fortunate to
Yeah.
have him, because he is going to be talking about finding evidence and elegance in the diverse forms of integrative healthcare. So he's really going to get into the meat of it.
Great.
The understanding of allopathic medicine, where it's brought us, the understanding of what is integrative medicine, the understanding of if we are truly to make a difference in healthcare, we need to look at our biases. We need to look at and be informed of what it is that we can do working together to put the patient first
Yes.
and give them the information and the services and the tools that they need to truly be healthy
Yes.
and really practice that preventative medicine and empower patients. So I am so delighted that
That's great.
he will provide this information and the questions and answers, and having people from the healthcare provider aspect to all the different healthcare components and the holistic people there, and the everything from the educators to the consumers to people who really want to be informed. This is your time to really, because that's what makes it so exciting for me to have the opportunity to bring such excellent people here to Nashua, New Hampshire.
Yeah. Great.
To be exposed to this.
Right.
Our other person, we have 5 wonderful people speaking, is Dr. Laura Chan, who's a naturopath and an acupuncturist. And she's going to be talking about naturopathic medicine, an essential partner of integrative care. And it's very interesting because a lot of people don't even understand the training that is involved in a naturopathic
Oh, wow.
physician.
It's pretty much as extensive as MD, isn't
Yeah,
it?
which is very interesting. So they will she'll get into all of that, as well
great.
as the difference that they make and how they can truly work together in an integrative way to really help patients. And I think that consumers will find it very interesting because they're going to have a question and answer period going over this real dialogue
Yeah.
of what is this integrative care and how can we make our healthcare system responsive to the needs of our patients and our
Right.
clients, and do it in a team fashion
Sure.
so that we give them the best and that we're cost effective. Another speaker that we're very fortunate to have, who again travels all over the world, is Dr. Kashavan, and he is from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Harvard Medical School. He is going to talk about Eastern approaches to spirituality and mental health.
Wow.
Now, mental health, I have always found that it is such a critical component We are mind, body, and
Of
spirit.
healing, of being at any kind of a disease or illness or a malady that's going on.
It is
Mental
huge.
Spiritual health is really an
It
integral
is
part.
huge.
Yes.
It is so critical. And we couldn't have a better leader in the field than Dr. Keshavan.
Great.
Because he's going to take those Eastern methodologies, connect it with spirituality, and really connect it with mental health.
Great.
And the real importance through the research he's done and a variety of things that have been accomplished. I think that the audience will find his material compelling,
Great.
really compelling.
Yeah.
And then we follow it through. As I said, we have wonderful speakers with Dr. Sun, and he's the founder of the Institute of Qigong and Integrative Medicine.
Wow, that's fabulous.
And he's coming from the West Coast, coming across to talk about energy medicine,
Yeah.
what it is, so that
Great.
people really understand it.
Yes.
The research that has been done on it,
Uh-huh.
and the research he himself has done related to the field of Qigong.
Great.
And so he'll be, oh my gosh, he's going to be talking about all the facets. I'm just so excited. I can't wait. Plus, the amazing thing about him, as well as the others, is his presence is so, you really feel his positive energy. He is a very humble man, like Dr. Keshavan, very humble people with all this wisdom, all this knowledge and experience, and wanting to impart it and share in order to empower others. It's beautiful. I couldn't have a better 5
You really
leading
couldn't.
experts here
These
to
are
begin this dialogue
Right.
in a very exciting way.
Very exciting.
It-
This is so exciting. It's happening April 9th
Ninth,
at the
yep.
Nashua Country Club.
That is
in
correct.
Nashua.
Yep, which is located at 25 Fairview Street in Nashua. And registration with a continental breakfast will go from 7:30 to 8:30.
Nice.
We will have pre-conference programs, which means from 7:45 to 8:15. If you choose, you'll be able to go and experience a wonderful, gentle yoga, a good morning yoga experience for
great.
business people, so that they
Okay.
can learn what they can do in business clothes
Sure.
in the office to
As
help
they're sitting in the chair,
themselves.
yes.
Yes,
Excellent.
exactly, in the chair, standing up, to learn what they can do in the beginning of the day to get their bodies off into a wonderful, healthy start. And so you can choose that option, or if you'd like, you can get a very gentle good morning wake up with a little bit of aerobics. A gentle aerobics, non-sweating, but in order to wake the body up.
Sure.
So that is the pre-conference, and the conference itself goes from 8:30 to 5:30.
Wow, great.
And it is very full. So people, for the registration fee, which before March 1st is $125, after March 1st it's $150, and for all those it provides, you will receive a certificate of attendance and 7 contact hours for your professional development. So I believe that's very important.
Very important.
For people to know that. The registration includes the continental breakfast, lunch, a healthy snack, pre-conference programs, conference programs and materials, and of course the certificate of attendance and
Sure.
contact hours. So people, it's important. If you're listening to us today, you can go to ycdholistichealing.com, go into the calendar there, scroll down to April 9th, and you'll see on April 9th the How We Heal conference. So it will be a wonderful opportunity. And the interesting thing about this, Janie, as the day goes on, we have wonderful musicians, Song of the Lark. They're a duo of a beautiful guitar and flutist. And what they're going to do as soon as you come in is you're going to be greeted by beautiful music. And then throughout the day at different times, you're going to experience the vibration of music in a very healing way.
Nice.
So
That is a
it will
healer,
be,
isn't it?
It is a huge healer. So that will be integrated into all of this.
Now, will these programs, these speakers be speaking at the same time or all at different times?
They will all because they're so compelling, all of these speakers will be speaking within the ballroom of the Nashua Country Club.
Okay.
So that everybody can hear them. Because
Okay.
we don't want, after we've, flown them in and brought them here and
Sure.
gotten them here, we wish that everybody had the opportunity to hear all of them.
So will that be like a panel discussion?
No, actually, it's one speaker at a time.
I see.
And then a breakout of question and answers where two will be doing things, and then each will have their time of question and answers. And
Okay.
for instance, when Dr. Sun does his part of it, in conclusion to the part, he is going to give the audience an amazing Qigong experience
Wow.
so that they will actually feel
Wow.
what energy does. And to
Great.
have that.
That is so super.
Even when Dr. Keshavan, when he's talking about Eastern approaches to spirituality and mental health, he is going to give the audience an experience
Wow.
of what that is.
Isn't this amazing? Now, how did you find these panelists for this conference?
Again, they're not panelists. They are literally the
I'm
faculty.
sorry, the
What we
faculty.
wanted to talk about is you're going to discover how 5 leading healthcare experts are driving improved patient satisfaction.
great.
And that's what I believe that they're doing.
Driving patient satisfaction.
Absolutely, to make
means healthy people.
healthy people.
Right.
And that's what we want. Everything that I do is to help people in whatever way I can to lead a healthy and full life.
Excellent, excellent.
And then, of course, when it comes down to the time when, in fact, that their life is coming to a closing and their health needs the supports of hospice, I most certainly do those supports for them and are there to help them to have a very peaceful transition. So the scope of my practice goes from the little ones all the way into the end.
I see. What
But-
is your practice, may I ask?
So in my practice at YCD Holistic Healing, I offer energy work. So I use my clinical background. I have my master's of social work. However, I do not practice clinically in social work. I refer out.
I see.
And the reason for that is I have found that the holistic approach has been very beneficial and works very nicely. I get referrals from psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists.
Because
I
you
refer
refer back.
to them.
I see.
We do remarkable teamwork
Nice.
in helping. So between the energy work of Reiki, which has been a wonderful tool, and I teach Reiki to healthcare professionals and to families and individuals and nonprofit organizations
Great.
so that people can learn that particular tool, that energy tool, to empower themselves. So I do Reiki there.
Okay.
I also have, I do vibrational sound work. So I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher also.
Oh,
so I
great. That's
teach
great.
Kundalini yoga every Wednesday at Open Space Yoga. But I also have my wonderful healing gong in my space of my office space. And I also have the tuning forks, and I have my crystal bowls, my chakra crystal bowls to help balance vibrationally people that wish to have that experience. And I
Fabulous.
incorporate that in the yoga as well as into the teachings of the classes I do at YCD Holistic Healing as well as in my practice.
And what does a typical client look like? Or do you have such a thing?
I have,
of
no,
a
I
typical
wouldn't say,
client?
I literally have people from all walks of life.
You
So
do?
I have professionals in all areas
I see.
coming to explore the different things that I have to offer, because I'm also a certified National Guild hypnotherapist.
Ah.
And of course I have my Master's of Social Work, so in the clinical area as well as in the healthcare administration area and community
Right.
organization planning.
Wow, you're just so well-rounded.
So
in
I
everything
try to
you
be a
offer.
good example. I'm
You
an
are.
archetypal pattern analyst and have gone through the training related to that.
Archetypal panel analyst, which does
Pattern
what?
analyst.
Pattern.
Pattern
Archetypal
analyst.
pattern analyst.
It is to understand that each of us has patterns and to help people understand that and to work with them related to that.
Okay.
So I also have a biomat in my practice.
And what is a biomat?
A biomat, the concept of the biomat and the materials of the biomat were discovered actually by NASA. So the
Space Agency.
yeah, very interesting opportunity for people because it is a mat that has the materials that were designed by NASA, and included in it it's a total amethyst crystal bed. It's filled with amethyst crystals.
Amethyst crystals,
And
which
amethyst
are healing.
crystals are very, very healing.
Yes.
So it uses the negative ions and the positive ions in a way that is different from, it's not like a heating pad where you plug in electrically.
Mm-hmm.
You do plug this in, but because of the combination of the ions used, it heals from the inside out in the sense that people who have fibromyalgia, arthritis, difficulty with their bodies or whatever, this is usually a great time of year when it gets cold. People are coming in to be on the biomat because it really helps them. It eases those aches and pains.
And how does it do that? Do you know?
As I said, from the warmth, and you have different levels of what you're doing as you're working with people. You should come sometime and experience it.
Should.
But it's a beautiful, and again, people can get more information on my website. I have all the information. I also have the great privilege of having the crystal light healing bed there, which is very beautiful, and I'm very blessed to have it. If anybody knows about Abidjan, Brazil,
I do.
I've had the opportunity to go there.
Oh, you have?
I have, and I had a phenomenal experience there, and I was blessed because of the healing work that I do. Of course, I had to pay for it, but they gave me permission for the work that I did to bring them back so that people who cannot travel to Abidjan can experience the wonder and the beauty of the crystal light healing bed. So it has been a wonderful addition to my practice, and I'm very grateful for it because I have seen how it has helped people, and I am keeping such astute documentation so that I can watch exactly what I'm witnessing and documenting it and seeing.
So what are some of the things you witness on a crystal light bed?
Well, first of all, the crystals, they work with each individual where they're at. I really believe they meet you where you're at.
Okay.
And it's a very peaceful experience. But two, I think every person's experience is different because their needs are different. And one of the experiences everybody has is a deep sense of peace and calm. But I can tell you, I have worked with people with different stages of cancer and going through a variety of different things in their life. And I have watched how those beautiful crystals have helped people to have a sense of deep inner peace and help them related to what had to be released within their being. When we work with Reiki, which is a wonderful energy tool that people can learn to do for themselves, it is a wonderful tool, and I have seen and have done studies related it to really say that it is a beautiful natural tool, and it's very, very helpful. And I am blessed that I have that as a tool, and I love to teach it and empower people that they can learn it themselves and use it as a tool. I always tell people we have a pocket by our side, and the key is to learn the tools that we need. And some of those tools we'll use every day. Some we may use only in an emergency. Some we may use once in a while. And some will say, I learned it, but this one isn't the one I really need. This is the one. But the key is to empower them.
To make that choice on their own.
Exactly. And even with the hypnotherapy, I love teaching people self-hypnosis, helping them to learn it, helping them to empower themselves, that they can really learn things and be able to help themselves in a wonderful way.
Yeah, and I was wondering about, I've been very fascinated with Bruce Lipton's work with cell biology. And epigenetics. And how that works with the, with the genes and with the cell biology most likely. And hypnosis is what he's saying is the best way to change the subconscious, which is the control center of our
Without
being.
a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Sure.
Which is very interesting because I have seen with hypnosis some remarkable changes of being able, because it's all the power of suggestion, and you never do anything that the person leads it all the time.
Sure,
it's them that's leading everything.
The client does all the work, and you're just sort of guiding them through it.
Yes, but it's very important that people like in any field, make sure that they find excellent people that are trained very well.
Yes,
And
that's true.
that they can have the confidence in doing that. I went through the National Guild hypnotherapy
hypnotists.
training, and then I went beyond to do some further certification in brain work as well as the pediatric work. And then I did some wonderful things with Cal Banyan on the hypnosis related to being able to work with those that are more, challenging areas of a 5-path hypnosis as well as 7-path hypnosis.
And what do you mean by challenging areas?
So that if people have been really working towards trying to deal with certain things, and perhaps they've gone to many different types of people.
Can you give us an example of one thing they might help with?
Oh, when you speak of cells, cells,
Right,
our cells never forget.
right.
And so we may stuff things down in our life,
Sure.
but the cells never forget.
The cells never
And
forget it.
they
no.
don't. And
That's right.
so through the opportunity to work with hypnosis as a wonderful healing tool to assist through a power of suggestion, to work with someone to help them to resolve things that they've been carrying for a long time, and to help them to understand and to heal is huge.
It is.
And what I've found, having the clinical training in social work, between the variety of, because I truly am an integrative practice.
You certainly
I
are.
truly am
Very
an
integrative.
integrative practice.
You've got the medical model that you've come from, and then you've got Reiki and hypnosis, and
And
your-
the energy
your
work
energy
and
work
the light
sound,
work and even the crystals. The crystals respond to on the cellular level.
Yes,
It's an amazing
right.
thing. So I just have found that when we honor and meet each person where they are, and through my background, be able to really listen to understand.
So that's what you mean by meeting someone where they are. They would
Absolutely.
be a talking session.
Correct, where you
And
really
you would be
find
listening.
out, yes, where they are. I always have an initial interview with people, and everybody tells me, Yvonne, it's really the first time that anybody really listened
That's
to me.
right. I've been told that as
To
well.
really
in my healing
listen
practice.
to understand, and to understand what was really going on. I have physicians who have referred people to me that they've done all these medical tests on people, and the tests come back negative, but there are issues that are really going on.
Sure.
And so for me, I love when I get those referrals because I can sit down and really listen and really find out what it is.
Just by listening.
By listening, by honoring, by hearing the detail of what is being told to me, because we all are who we are because of the history in our life.
Right.
Every bit of that history. From the moment we're born and before, even when we're in utero, to the time from the people in our lives, the choices that we make. I always tell people,
Sure.
surround yourself with positive people, positive
Absolutely.
experiences, and make positive choices.
Yes.
Right?
Positivity is everything.
Is everything. And also
Yes.
in the conference, you're going to get a very, very brief but very important, a 15-minute exposure with Debbie Hoffman-Adair, who's going to do a brief exposure to the positivity of words and how that connects
into
our
the,
body.
into the cellular level.
into the cellular level.
Yes.
And she speaks about positivity. I know I do too, that those positive words are critical. And for the audience that's listening, if you haven't heard about Dr. Emoto from Japan,
Oh, absolutely.
Emoto has done phenomenal work. Unfortunately, Emoto left us about 2 years ago. He passed away.
Right.
But he, I believe, continues to live on with his work. His work is compelling.
It is.
And he took crystals and water and showed how when people spoke positively to it,
Yes.
what had happened, and then negatively to it, what happens. And he was able to show true evidence on the importance of the power of the word in our own health and healing. So I couldn't have a conference dealing with integrative care without that aspect, and including, I'll be having information about Emoto's work in the materials, the conference materials that people get, because
Great. I have mentioned Dr. Emoto on the show before, and his amazing
his work
research.
is phenomenal.
It is
And it
phenomenal.
really does help us to understand that on the cellular level,
Right.
from every being that exists and every component of life that exists, there is a knowingness and a knowledge.
Right. Now, the one thing that's behind all of this, the positivity, is the feeling of the positivity.
Correct.
It's the vibration.
It is the
of
vibration.
the word, or the vibration of love or
Exactly.
peace or care,
Exactly.
as opposed to hate or a
Exactly.
negative word.
So let's take that, Jeannie, and let's talk about
Yeah.
the importance of patient-centered healthcare.
Patient-centered healthcare. That's
Correct?
what you're all about.
That's
yes.
what I am all about. And the
Patient-centered
importance of
healthcare.
honoring the person, each individual,
Yes.
for who they are,
Right.
and taking the time to understand how it is they came to be with you in the moment that they're in front of you.
How they came to be with you. Yes, there's an
Correct.
attraction factor, isn't there?
Yes. And why it is
How did you get attracted to this person? How
To
did this
come-
person come to you?
correct, and to be able to learn and listen what you need to help to understand, each of us with the tools that we have, how we can help this person, how we can lovingly and kindly support them.
Right.
One of the most important things for me when I was creating this space that I have in my office was to create a safe place for people.
That's so vital, because
is-
if they walk through the door and they feel loved and cared for just by the energy that you've created, that's half the battle. They
Ca-
can then open up and tell you their story
Absolutely.
in a safe way.
So Carl Jung,
Carl Jung, yes.
yes, he was a Jungian who truly believed, a Jungian and all the therapies and the sciences behind that.
Well, he is the one that created Jungian psychology.
Exactly. And he is the one that, through being an archetypal pattern analyst,
Okay.
his teachings is what we learn. And one of the most important things in all the work he does, which is amazing, he has always believed in the holistic approach to
Yes,
healthcare.
he has. He's
and
probably
the
one of the
integrative-
fathers of this whole
correct,
movement.
and the integrative aspects of it
Yes.
is the initial conditions.
The initial conditions.
And the initial conditions are how you prepare, like for my office,
Right.
I wanted that a person would know from the first moment that they connected with me,
Mm-hmm.
via the phone, via walking through the threshold of my office doors,
Mm-hmm.
that it was a safe and secure place.
Absolutely.
And that they would know that when they closed the door into my office, they could leave the outside and know that inside was a place for them to do their healing work.
Mm-hmm.
And that I would assist them with the tools that I have to help them
Mm-hmm.
do their healing work, and to empower them in any way that I could
Mm-hmm.
to help support them on their journeys.
That's great.
And I think all of us in the healthcare field need to create the initial conditions
Absolutely.
that continue to support
Mhm.
the mind, body, and spirit approach
To that
to
person.
helping people heal.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't have all three components, we are missing the most important ingredients of what makes us human. This is all part of the human experience.
Mm.
We are mind, we are body, and we are spirit.
Absolutely.
And so we need to relate to all of it,
All three.
and we need to understand that we cannot put people in a box. We are not all the same.
Right.
We are different.
That's
And
what-
we're different because of the experiences that we've had in our life.
That's exactly true, and that's what I've said on the show over and over at different times in different ways. We were born at a different time in a different place with different parents, and none of us are exactly alike. Even of the same family, we cannot be the same.
No, and we're not.
And
And
we're
so
very different, in fact.
it,
yeah.
and it starts from before we're even conceived,
Right.
as to the conditions, the
Mhm.
initial conditions
Right.
that went into that moment
Mm-hmm.
before conception took place.
Sure.
If a couple is lovingly
Mm-hmm.
and filled with gratitude of the desire to have children, and wishes to really be a parent and to engage in that responsibility to be the role model, to
Absolutely.
be a loving role model that will nurture and nourish and cherish and care for this beautiful being that will begin to birth and give life. Those initial conditions, just when I speak of it, are an amazing strength.
They are.
Right?
They absolutely are.
And that will catapult that person for the rest of their
Certainly will
lives
support that person
because of the
in
experience that they'll have,
the loving experience.
the loving experience.
Yes,
and
and
then,
care,
of course, your
which is a
environment
higher
that
vibration.
correct, and the environment you grow in, if it's peaceful or
Right.
if it's not,
Right.
or the way you're taught how to. Because I think, Janie, one of the most important things that each of us want is to be loved, honored, cherished, respected,
Absolutely.
and cared for who we are.
Right, and we didn't get, most of us, at least with my age and a little bit younger, didn't get any, we got as much of that as our parents could give us.
Of what they
didn't-
knew.
It was what they knew.
Depending
Yeah.
upon the generation that they were
That's
exposed
true,
to
and
and
that's
what they learned. And
why-
I think that's part of our process in understanding and healing, too, is
Yes, it is.
realizing that people can just do what they can do.
That's whatever
And whatever
they
they're
have.
exposed to
Sure.
and what they learn will impact how they are with others.
Yes,
It really
absolutely.
does. That's why for this conference, I truly wish people from all walks of life to be there, because I would like the educators to be there, from the preschool all the way up to,
Right. Well, on
and-
that note, I was going to just mention that the best schooling is actually homeschooling, because that schooling is love from the beginning and carried through
if
all
that
the
in,
way.
if in fact that is truly the case.
Yeah.
If that is the
yes,
case.
if that
And
parenting
it-
is started from
and
that
if
point
the
of
people
view.
in that home have that knowledge and skills and that aspiration to have and make sure they have all the tools that they need
Sure.
to give that child a well-rounded life.
Sure.
But the
Well, not
interesting
necessarily to give the child, but to allow the child to grow from its own potential.
Yes,
and
and the
let that
exposure.
child tell them which way they want to go.
and to give the exposure and bring things into the
Sure.
child's life, which
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
So again, the conference is on April 9th.
April 9th.
In this year, and it's at the Nashua Country Club, which
Yes.
is located at 25 Fairway Street in Nashua. You register by going to ycdholistichealing.com
Very good.
/calendar.
Yes.
Okay.
This is going to be a great event that everyone is invited to. This is April 9th on a Thursday, all day long. Good day to take a day off, because you will have so much to learn from this with all of these 5 amazing professionals from around the world, not just
Yes.
locally.
No.
From Boston, from the Qigong expert is from the East, or from
Yes. Yep. And Dr.
China.
Keshavan is from India.
And he's from India.
Yep. And,
then
so you have all
you have
different.
naturopathic doctor.
Yeah.
All different stuff going
And
on.
then with nutrition. So I would
Nutrition,
say to you,
energy.
here is an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, really to empower yourself to be at the table, to be at the conference,
Yeah.
where you're hearing from some very special people in the field.
Very special.
And hearing
Yeah.
the information at the same time with everybody, because at the table we definitely want the medical community, the mental health community, people who serve others, the holistic community, the educators, the nutritionists, people who want to be empowered to learn the best information that they can so that they can apply it
Sure.
at home, in their work,
In their
in
daily
their
lives.
hospitals, in their daily life, so that we can make our healthcare system the best that it can be,
Yes.
that we can have information that can help us to make the changes
So
that
this
we
feels
need
like
to
such a
make.
beginning, or not
It is.
bringing together in the beginning of bringing all these pieces together to realize that this is a better way to look at life than it is just medical or just
It truly is a
hospital or-
holistic approach,
Right,
and to get
holistic.
all of the people there, you know, your healthcare providers, your hospital people, your insurers, your healthcare consumers, people from all walks of life,
Yeah,
to come
absolutely.
together and to learn from this wonderful faculty that are driving improved patient satisfaction, and to learn about what we truly mean when we're talking about this holistic approach.
Yeah, what do we really
and
mean by that? 'Cause-
integrative care.
Right, people to have a kind of a cloudy view. Some people have a
Correct.
cloudy view of it, so this is a great place to come
And
to get a clearer
View,
clarity
and to
on
learn
what that
about the
means.
evidence
Right.
and the research.
And the research that's happening in the holistic community.
Exactly.
Real research
And that-
about holistic health.
Exactly, that makes
Yeah.
a difference, so that you're empowered with information. And
Now, was Dr. Sun, is he from China?
yes,
Oh, great. So, because the Chinese hospitals that's what they are. They're Qigong hospitals.
Yes.
So there's no drugs and surgery in Chinese
well,
hospitals.
it's a very interesting thing, and what he's done in the United States, and now I'm not sure if Dr. Sun himself was born in China,
I see.
so I'm
Okay.
not sure about that.
All right.
But his experience and what he's done on a research level, and he's going to talk about it.
Wow. So he's researched healing, using Qigong to heal.
Absolutely.
To be
Absolutely.
healthy.
And he's going to talk about how, the research in Qigong, how it has definitely, how he has seen and how it's helped. He's going to talk about Qigong. He's going to talk about Tai Chi. He's going to talk about Reiki. He's going to talk about a number of the energy. What
Great.
is this whole field of energy
Sure.
medicine?
Okay.
And-
So he's a really good energy.
oh my
energy
gosh,
expert.
and a lot of people don't even understand what energy medicine is,
really is,
and
yeah.
what is this whole field of energy and the difference that it makes. And it does make a huge
So this
difference.
will be a great place to
Very
get that
informative.
connection.
And about nutrition, and really learning about food as medicine,
food as medicine.
and how
This is
what we
fabulous.
eat really can contribute
What
to
we eat.
disease.
Yes.
Because when they say you are what you eat,
It's true.
is really true.
It is. My
There's-
mother used to say that to me all the time.
you know,
you
and-
are what you eat.
And to really understand where your food is coming from, understand when you make food and the combinations of certain food can have a difference in how it metabolizes within your body,
I
how we
see.
digest it,
Right.
what it provides for us
Yeah,
energetically.
I'm sure that even like we were talking about arthritis in the beginning, and you mentioned arthritis a couple times.
Yes.
Arthritis can be is very much affected by what you eat.
Hugely.
I can attest to that in my
Yes.
own life.
Yes.
I don't have arthritis because I pay attention to what I eat, and if it makes my fingers stiff.
So I love the word that you said, pay attention.
Yeah.
Because each and every day, in every way, we wish to be better and better and healthier and healthier.
There you go.
That is what we wish.
We do.
And so in order to do that, we need to be present in the moment. And in being present in the moment and in empowering ourselves to make healthy choices, to think about what it is that we're doing before we just do it.
Right.
In our society, it's not uncommon for all of us to eat very quickly. We don't even know what we ate. We chug it down in order to quickly get to wherever we're going,
That's
right?
Yes.
But have we thought about the foods that we're eating and look at food to say, I am eating this with the intention, because, it's all about intention for the highest healing
Attention
good.
and intention. Yes.
Correct. So that I am choosing this food and I'm honoring where the food is coming from, because this food is going to nurture and nourish my being. And I only wish to put the best foods into this vehicle in order to help it, to support it, to give it strength, to be the best vehicle it can be so that I can do my work.
Yes. You said it all in a nutshell, what I really believe about food. So thank you for that, Yvonne.
No, it's huge, and I
Wow.
think you'll find that Sherry
Yes.
Kalbaum, again, all of the speakers are very compelling, but when she talks about you are what you eat and the factors that contribute to inflammation and disease and the lifestyle to heal and the diet for vibrant health, her new book is just coming out, and she's going to do a book signing at the conference also.
Nice.
And Dr. Keshavan is going to have his research there and all the things that he does. I would say to you, come. Put April 9th on your calendar and make it a day that you give to yourself to be informed, to learn from some of the best people about this whole field of holistic and integrative care.
Yeah.
And I would ask you, it's my invitation to you to empower you in the audience to say yes, It is not always that we have an opportunity where people who are experts can come to you here in New Hampshire, into Nashua, and to be available for you, to give you information that will empower you in your own health and well-being, and will assist all of the people that attend there to really understand how preventative care, disease management, and excellent in care delivery are critical components to achieve not only health and well-being for each of us as individuals, but for our whole country as a whole.
Yes. Very well said. And so, thank you very much, Yvonne. You've
You're
really
very welcome.
Informed us of amazing, lovely new ways of looking at life, new
Thank you.
earth lifestyles.
I'm excited to bring this to our community. I truly
can
am.
see that. You certainly are. And all the work that you're doing in Nashua in your own YCD Holistic Healing Center,
Thank
and
you.
hypnosis, and the energy healing, and the crystal
All the
bed
various
and-
pieces of that integrative holistic component that
Yeah.
really has value to people. And I love teaching people tools to help them to feel
Great, I can
independent
see
and
that.
empowered.
Yeah.
I've
Very
never
good.
been the type of therapist or provider in any type of or educator
Mhm.
that wanted people to be dependent upon me.
Right.
I've always wanted to meet the person where they are, help them in any way that I can, and be there forever as long as they need me to.
Sure.
But to give them the skills and information that they need so that they can go out with their heads tall, knowing and having the confidence that they can empower themselves in their own health and wellness.
Right, and I love that word empowered. You've been using that word
It's very important.
the whole show, and that's one of my words that I like to say too, as I empower people to heal, and that's exactly what you're doing too.
It's huge.
It is huge.
It is huge because
it's you, the person, the client, the public that really needs to have the tools to do yourself, to empower yourself to know that you can make these choices, how to eat, or how to hold your energy, or choices in your health care. They're just all on the person.
And you
out
know
there.
why, Janie? I always tell people the only true one who can really know how we feel is ourselves.
That's right.
We are the only ones. No one can tell us how we feel.
No one can tell you. It's all.
But if we
your
become
work.
experts on what is natural for us, what is normal for us in our own health and well-being, and what is not, then we become our own advocates in our own health and well-being.
Right.
So we're able to go to the doctor and say, I'm having this symptom, this symptom, this symptom. These are not normal for me.
Right.
They are not normal for me. And that we know our bodies so well that we recognize in the choices that we make and how we empower ourselves in our health and well-being,
Sure.
that we become that expert.
We become the expert so that we can make a different choice. And it might even be that before you go to the doctor, you say that to yourself, oh, I'm having this, this, and this. What is my lifestyle right now? Am I eating too much bread? Am I drinking too much alcohol? Am I smoking too many cigarettes? Am I whatever?
Well, because
that's
we
bringing
know
it on.
that cigarette smoking, and we know that
Sure.
alcohol and things that can
Sure.
definitely have a. I mean, look
Absolutely,
at all
but
the
if it
money in
empowered-
healthcare that goes to all of those components.
Right.
But it's not just what we eat. We need to learn how to take care of our bodies.
Right.
We
In all
need
different
physical
ways.
activity.
Yes.
We need to get out in the fresh air of nature.
Right.
We need to take care of nature. We
Right.
need to take good care of Mother Earth.
Absolutely. So
And
we're kind of running out of time,
I
Yvonne.
know.
I know we're getting really revved up
I
and
know.
can't stop. So thank you so much for
You're
joining
very
us today.
welcome. Namaste.
Namaste. It's been wonderful
It's been
to
a
have
pleasure
you
to
and all
be
the
here.
information you've given us.
So April 9th,
April 9th.
2015, How We Heal, a holistic approach to health
Very
and wellness.
good. Thank you so much. And so until then, hopefully I'll see you there. And remember, your heart knows the way.